It's good to have you join us on Nigeria Now, showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. The show will bring you top stories from the front pages of the national dailies each day. My name is Merciful Ajinomo. Joining us in the studio to analyze some stories is Dapo Banjo. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. We have a couple of stories this morning to analyze. Let's begin with the Guardian newspaper. And the banner headline there talks about travel ban. Federal government put retaliation on hold as row with UAE gets Messier. We have a couple of others on that story. The first, government, we are initiating diplomatic steps to resolve restrictions with UK, Canada, Saudi Arabia. UK to reduce travel restrictions, scrap red list this week. Consider impact of reciprocity actions on businesses, SMEs. Yusuf advises federal government. Fully vaccinated South African president test positive for COVID-19 after visit to Abuja. Let's talk about this story. Just yesterday, we were talking about the retaliation, from Nigeria towards some countries. And many people have been talking about how normal it is to, retaliate and place travel bans. And now they are putting some sort of hold on the retaliation effort with UAE as it's getting messier. What's your take on all of these issues?
All right. I think it is important to understand that countries, we always have to relate. Nobody has got it all. And so most times, your relationship with another country, you have to weigh your options. Your options could be economical, it could be social, it could also be political. And so it now depends on you what the restrictions or the travel bans is affecting. If, for instance, our relationship with the United Kingdom cuts across all, they are interested in our polity, and that cuts across all interests, socially, economically, politically. The UK is relating with us very well as a country. After all, they colonized us. And so we've had that relationship for a very long time. So every country, before the restrictions or a ban, you have to weigh those options. So for UK to have included us in the list is an indication that they have something. Even though our NCDC said to us that the first 3 cases were travelers from the UK into Nigeria. So it's not like the variant of the virus was first observed in Nigeria like it was in South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, and all of that. No, it was brought into our country. Okay, they know that we are very weak when it comes to following up on protocols, especially as it borders around COVID-19, social distancing, wearing a face mask on a regular, expecting people to use hand sanitizer or wash their hands. They know that we are weak when it comes to implementation of some certain protocols.
Also vaccination.
And so, exactly. And they know that, I was going there, because they also know that we are lacking behind when it comes to the number of people that have been vaccinated. So anything could go viral in Nigeria. We play down on many of these things because we are not seeing a lot of people get caught in the net of the COVID-19 in Nigeria. So it looks as if it's not here or it's not there. And Nigerians are really very apathetical about the virus. Some people, some very huge population believe it's that the COVID is not in Nigeria. Some believe that, okay, it has some particular set of people. Somebody once told me that COVID-19 will only kill the big people in Nigeria, because as a matter of fact, when you look at the caliber in terms of names and position and an occupation of people that have been killed by COVID in Nigeria, many popular people have gone for it. Buruji Kashamu have died of it. Former GMD of NNPC, Mike Antibaro, has died of it. I mean, a very, very important person in the presidency, Abakari, has died from it. And so many other important Nigerians that it has killed. A friend of mine, Dan Foster, a very popular, foremost, incredible, broadcaster, died of COVID too. And so many times, countries always weigh all of these options before they do some certain things. Peradventure, the body language of those countries is already telling Nigeria, if you do it, you will be the one that will lose the most. And Nigeria is trying to say, okay, let's relax. We have sent a very strong message across. And so let's just relax and see if our position now will make them change their mind and relax those restrictions. The UAE, as a matter of fact, is very, very key. It's hugely responsible for most economical and social when it comes to it, because tourism, people go to their country a lot. Nigerians spend a lot of money in the UAE. A lot of Nigerians also from the UAE in terms of remittances is also very huge. And so they weigh all of these options before they insist on a restriction or they lift it at any point in time.
Okay, let's go through other stories. Still on the Guardian newspaper, on that page, you see page 2, stop politicizing insecurity, Obasanjo, Sultan, others, one leaders. And then EFCC, NYSC ban unvaccinated employees, core members. Of course, that story can be found on page 3. And on page 4, Nigeria issues 5G licenses to two operators. We'll move over to the next story, and that's on the Vanguard newspaper. Of course, talking about Omicron, Nigeria threatens UK, Canada, others who have spoken about that. And now we see a sad story there on page 6. Gunmen invade Plateau community, kill 10. We know that the year is already coming to an end, and it's looking like some of these issues of insecurity has become a norm, what some people say it is. Do you think that we're still prioritizing security like we have been doing before? Because in the last couple of days, what has been on the front page of the newspaper is basically politics, COVID-19, but insecurity is still an issue that is still in Nigeria. Do you think we are still prioritizing it?
Don't forget that on a good day, when the year is coming to an end like this, Nigeria always double efforts when it comes to security, because the year is ending. We have a lot of criminals who also want to end the year well. So you see a lot of robbery. You see a lot of, a lot of situations that actually make Nigerians to become more vulnerable. Now, that's exactly what is happening. So I wasn't surprised yesterday when the Inspector General of Police said, what replaced NSAS? I mean, SARS.
Yes.
The X-Squad guys will be on the street to ascertain, to ensure, and to enforce, just to make sure that Nigerians enjoy the Yuletide. And it's important for them to do that. So insecurity has always been, there is every possibility that it doubles around this time. They want to rob people who are traveling home. They want to rob people in their homes. People are hungry. And so don't forget that insecurity also thrives heavily in countries where there is poverty. Nigeria is like the poverty center of the world and all of that. We have become an epicenter of poverty, really and truly, because a lot of Nigerians are poor. More than 90 million Nigerians are very poor. They're living below the $1 line. And it's really very critical. And so when it comes to insecurity, these are people who we always have to hard feel to what we already have on ground. So this it's beyond banditry, it's beyond kidnapping. On a good day, very small, low-level thievery, stealing, breaking in and doing all of those things thrive heavily when the year is coming to an end.
So it's expected. We move over to Daily Sun. Nigerians to pay more taxes, levies next year. Of course, that's talking about 2022. The writer there says FIRS nets over 5 trillion naira upbeat on meeting VAT target. And then on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, of course, talking about COVID-19, UK records first Omicron death, EFCC bars unvaccinated staff. And we have two writers. The first, only those vaccinated will serve from next year. That's coming from the NYSC. And then a study says 2 doses of vaccines is not enough. We can get that on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. And then besides the picture of the day there, we see an OPEC report says Nigeria regains top crude oil production spot in Africa. We can get the details of that story on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. And 124 years after Benin Palace takes possession of stolen artifacts, it can be found on page 15. And we have other stories that you can grab on the Nigerian Tribune and other newspapers we read out to you this morning. Just make sure you grab yourself a copy or an e-copy to stay abreast of what's happening in the country. And don't forget, our website is right there, so you can be updated on happenings in Nigeria and, of course, across Africa. And that is www.tostvnetwork.com. Our social media platform is right there on the screen. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at TOSTV Network. Like and follow and subscribe to our YouTube so you do not miss out on our amazing videos. Thank you for joining us on Nigeria Now. We'll see you tomorrow. My name is Merciful Ajinmo. Stay safe.